welcome to days 7, 8 and 9 of the Akibasho, the 15-day autumn grand sumo tournament from Tokyo, Japan. My name is Sid Hoare. Japanese sumo fans expect their yokozunas, the grand champions, and the rank just below them, the ozekis, to be tough and win most of the time, but their faith has been shaken sorely of late. Yokozuna Takanohana hasn't fought since May this year because of a knee injury, while the lone remaining Yokozuna Musashi Maru is trailing a leading pack of 5 low-ranked wrestlers. At this midway stage, the ozekis are not faring much better either. Musayama alone has 1 loss, but Miyabayama has 4 losses, Chio Taikai 3, and Kaio has dropped out after 4 consecutive losses from day 1. Even the Sekiwaki are struggling, with Tochiazuma with 2 losses and Dejima with 3 losses. However, the basho is being kept alive by Kotomitsuki and Asashoryu, the exciting newcomers in the Maegashira ranks. Let's get to our first bout. It's Daishi. On the left there in the green Moashi, he's fighting Otsukasa. When he fought once before, Otsukasa won that one, and these 2 wrestlers there leading off with the tsupari. Very restless attacking tactic there by Otsukasa. Very short and fat wrestler. He's only 1 meter 76 centimeters tall at 150 kilos, so almost a kilo a centimeter. Difficult to upset. So that was his 4th win, and it was the 4th loss for Daishi. Now Higonoumi with his bad shoulder, still fighting. He's got 3 wins so far, and he's against Aminishiki, who he's beaten twice before in previous head-to-heads. So there's a pull down at the back of the neck. Aminishiki came out a little bit too carelessly there. Higonoumi got his hands on the back of his neck and just pulled him down with a little bit of a help under the shoulder as well. Higonoumi's had his previous basho only had 3 wins, one before that had 11, so he's seesaw results there for that rikishi in the previous basho. And now Kyokutenho, who's been in charge of training his stablemates recently, fighting Oginishiki, who with an injured hip and elbow is doing remarkably well. You couldn't tell that he is injured, but he is, and he's using all his skill and cunning there to survive in the ring. So that's a good run there by Kyokutenho. Eventually levers him up and runs Oginishiki out backwards. So yorikiri win there for Kyokutenho. 5th win for him, doing rather well so far, and only 2 losses. 3rd loss there for Oginishiki. Now we have Hayateumi, who's slowly looking a bit stronger this basho. He's suffering from gout, but gradually looking better and better as the basho progresses. Here against Wakanoyama, who's beaten 3 times previously. Wakanoyama's never beaten him. Wakanoyama, the one with his back to us a second ago, with a rather hairy back at that, manages to shove Hayateumi out for the first time ever in their 4 encounters. 4th win for Wakanoyama and 5th loss for Hayateumi. Now Toki and the bright orange Moashi and the sideburns, bit of a showman, chatty character, bit of a wit apparently. Here fighting Daizen, who he's lost to twice previously. Daizen comes out rather slowly. Toki uses his long arms to stop Daizen driving his head into his own head, and he's still keeping that distance going there, thrusting into the throat. Bit of a slap there to the side of the head. Daizen eventually locks onto the belt, and Toki seems to give up at the end there. Well, Toki was making all the running there, knocking Daizen all over the place until Daizen got his hands on Toki's belt. And then from then on, it was out for Toki. So 5th win there for Daizen, and 4th loss for Toki. Now Kyokushuzan fights Kotoryu. These 2 have had 11 head-to-heads previously. Kotoryu's won most of them, which is to say 7. So can he start there? Kyokushuzan goes back to the edge of the ring, wedges his foot against the edge. You can see that raised edge there. That stops many a slide and a push out. Backwards, they look for it with their rear foot as they're being driven backwards. Then they wedge it, but there, no, a little bit of lift from Kotoryu at the end, just lobbed Kyokushuzan over that raised ridge there. So fourth win for Kotoryu, fourth loss for Mongolian Kyokushuzan. Next bout coming up. Well, it's full house today. That's the significance of that. This shot. The banners at the top say many thanks for filling all the seats. Now on to our next bout. Now this is the exciting newcomer. He's at Maegashira 2. He's got 5 straight wins. Very technical fighter, fights Tochinonada. They've fought 5 times previously. Kotomitsuki's won 3 of them. So Kotomitsuki comes out there, leads with a head, whacks it straight into Tochinonada's face, and then he pulls him down from the rebound almost. Very skillfully done. Let's watch that one again. There, the head goes in. Now he's still pushing head to head. Now suddenly he'll reverse that. There's the reverse. And down goes Tochinonada. So very skillfully done. And a good head-butting charge at the start. Kotomitsuki at 150 kilos, Tochinonada some 15 kilos heavier. That's around the 25 stone mark for UK spectators, viewers. Now Kotonowaka, he's only got 2 wins so far, but those wins have been quite good. He beat Ozeki and he beat Komusubi. He's here fighting Tamakasuga, who he's beaten 12 times before. Tamakasuga's only ever once beaten him, but you see the plaster there on Kotonowaka's head. That's when he got thrown on his head in an earlier bout. Tamakasuga there desperately trying to go for the throat of Kotonowaka. But Kotonowaka eventually gets those long arms working and forces him out with oshidashi. 6th loss there for Tamakasuga, not doing at all well. And 3rd win for Kotonowaka. Now powerhouse Wakanosato coming up, and he's fighting newcomer Tamanoshima. He's got 12 wins in his previous basho. Tamanoshima's only fought in, this is his 5th Nakauchi basho, that's this division. So very newcomer. There he gets driven down there. Looks like Wakanosato, looked like rather Tamanoshima's stepped out, but it was Wakanosato who touched down first. And it was Wakanosato lost to Tamanoshima previous basho, as I recall, with a huge, massive overarm throw, a watenagi. So Tamanoshima repeats that one against Wakanosato. Takanonami, 29 years old, getting near that 30-year-old watershed mark. Fights Dejima. They fought 22 times. Dejima's won 13. Is it going to be 14? And it is. Dejima wins that one. That's 14th time. Dejima needs all the wins he can get. He's got 3 losses so far. He's down at Sekiwaki rank. If he can get 10, 12 wins this basho, he could go back up to Ozeki. But 3 losses so far, so he's very close to failing that target. Now Tochiazuma, son of a stable boss, son of an Oyakata, Tamanoi stable. 24 years old. He seems to have been around forever, but he's only 24. This is his 30th basho here, fighting the other exciting newcomer, Asashoryu, who so far has beaten 1 Yokozuna, 3 Ozeki, and 1 Sekiwaki. Phenomenal result in this young Mongolian wrestler. He's only in his 5th Makauchi bout. Let's see how he deals with Tochiazuma, who's a very skillful wrestler. Asashoryu is a very restless fighter. He keeps moving the whole time, a bit like Kotonishiki, who retired recently. Keeps going, and slaps to the face there, and a sidestep. And it's Tochiazuma that goes over the edge. But Asashoryu does not give up. He keeps fighting right to the bitter end. It looked like he was about to float out, but it was Tochiazuma who couldn't keep his balance and stepped out. So 6th win for Asashoryu. Leading the pack still with Kotomitsuki, and a little bit of prize money for him there. Let's watch this one again. So 2 come out very low, heads go in. Tochiazuma, who starts to bring the hands up to Asashoryu's body, but Asashoryu starts to control those arms. You can see him grabbing the wrist, Tochiazuma's wrist on this side. Then he swings through and tries to do an armed grab, an arm drag, I should say, wrestling style. Tochiazuma blocks it. Now's a slap to Tochiazuma's face there. More slaps to the face. But still Tochiazuma leads, and at that moment Asashoryu sidesteps, and as the two teeter on the edge, it's Tochiazuma who goes over the edge there. So a very exciting match there with the Mongolian and Tochiazuma. Now Musoyama, alone amongst the top-ranking wrestlers, alone amongst the Yokozuna and the other Ozeki, who's got a reasonable score. He's only got one loss. Here fighting Tosanori, who's got 4 losses. These two have fought 23 times. Musoyama's won 13 of them. Hard start there, but it wasn't a head-banging start. Their heads just went to one side. And it's Tosanori driving in hard against Musoyama, and Musoyama takes his second loss. Tosanori with 4 losses. They're desperate for another win, and certainly gave Musoyama a hard time. As we've seen from their previous head-to-head scores, it's fairly close between these two. And Tosanori there takes it. Now we have Takanonawaka. He started well, beating Tochiazuma and Kaio, but he kind of faded away a bit after that. Chiyo Taikai also 3 wins. Both wrestlers slightly back from the start line, the Shikiri-sen. Chiyo Taikai powering forward. Takanonawaka hanging on there, turns slightly, and Chiyo Taikai uses that turn to push him out. He's got a bad foot there. It looked like he hurt himself on day 6. And that was against Wakanosato. He's still fighting, but it's obviously given him some pain. So good win there by Chiyo Taikai with yorikiri over Takanonawaka. Tokitsumi, one of the leading pack. 5 wins. Here fights Miyabiyama with 4 losses. Miyabiyama not doing at all well. Miyabiyama, one of the heaviest wrestlers in this top division. Second only to Musashi Maru. But he's not such a skillful wrestler. He uses his weight quite well. See both wrestlers there locked in on the belt. Miyabiyama loses the belt, and it's a lot of pushing and shoving from Tokitsumi, which looked as if Tokitsumi had got it. But let's see who touched down now. It was Tokitsumi who touched down first, so that was Miyabiyama's call there. A sukuinage throw by the looks of it for Miyabiyama over Tokitsumi. Well, that was very close indeed. And the 3rd win for Miyabiyama. Now the final bout of day 7. Sashimaru's got 2 losses so far. He alone has to uphold the dignity of the Yokozuna. The Japanese fans expect much of their Yokozuna. They're emblems of Japan's manhood. Expected to win most of the time. Well, in fact, Masashi Maru does. His 3 previous bashos, he scored 12, then 13, then 12. So reasonable score, but he hasn't won a basho this year. Slowish start from him, who lets Kaiho come out. Kaiho some 104 kilos lighter than him. This little wrestler, ex-amateur champion from Nichidai. Pushing in hard, he's not letting Musashi Maru have it his own way. He's turning and manoeuvring around. He's got that very deep grip round the back, and he's trying to twist Musashi Maru over. There he goes on the inside of the leg. An Ouchigake score there, throw there from Kaiho, reminiscent of M9w 3 or 4 years ago. Extremely lightweight wrestler who also did that throw and won against massive opposition against Akebono. So Kaiho there, 104 kilos difference. It's an enormous weight difference there, dumping Musashi Maru with the Uchigaki. Judo fans will know that as Ouchigari, but in sumo it's called Uchigake. Well, let's watch that one. So he gets that very deep grip in, and Musashi Maru starts to move forward, but there comes the turn. Kaiho's pushing in his left hip, and he's trying to twist Musashi Maru over. Musashi Maru's trying to push Kaiho's head down, but still that twisting movement again. That takes Musashi Maru right to the edge, and he manages to come forward off the edge again, but still the restless attacks of Kaiho keep on going. He will not give in. Musashi Maru's trying to force his head down. There's an extremely deep grip again. Now we see the opening move. He throws that leg on the inside there, hooks on the back of Musashi Maru's heel and drops him down. So at the end of day 7, we have the two Maegashira wrestlers, Asashoryu from Mongolia and Kotomitsuki in the lead with 6 wins and 1 loss. Behind them, Musoyama, Tokitsumi, Kyokutenho, Daizen and Kitasakura with 5 wins and 2 losses. Stay with us, we'll be back very shortly.